I truly feel that the reason why most entrepreneurs, business owners don't get the results they want is because they don't have enough urgency. They think they have all the time in the world to just sit there and do what they want to do, right? With building their business, their goals, their dreams, getting stuff done, consistency, everything, right? There's just not enough urgency on there. So that's why in this video, Eric and I sit down and we have a conversation about 5 ways you can create more urgency as a business owner. So tune in right now. So let's jump into the show. 5 ways to create more urgency as a business owner. Now you're probably wondering why urgency. That's the key word in this, urgency, okay? I feel that business owners need to acquire a mindset of urgency, okay? And if you acquire this mindset of urgency, it's gonna lead to 3 things, okay? The first thing it's gonna lead to is GSD more. So GSD is basically get shit done, okay? Or if you wanna keep it the clean version, get stuff done, okay? So if you have more urgency, you're gonna get more stuff done because it's gonna feel like you have your back against the wall, okay? The second reason why you want to have more urgency is because it's going to help you with more focus. It's going to help you more with discipline and consistency.
Yep.
So if you have focus, discipline, and consistency, man, you're going to be laser sharp. You're going to be focused. You're going to get more stuff done, be more consistent, have more discipline, and you're going to get better results in your business.
Yeah, I agree.
The third reason why you want more urgency, right, is you want to honor the game, okay, of business. Again, it's a privilege to be in business for yourself. It really is. I don't care what level you're at. If you're in $1 million, $1 billion level, thousands, 5 figures, whatever. You know, it's an honor. It's a privilege.
Yeah, people don't have to pay you guys really hard and pay for your guys' services.
Whatever
There's
profession.
plenty of other people out there.
So just honor the game and just have some damn urgency and respect the game and hustle with it and get stuff done and always try to get better by serving people and having a better product and service and giving people more value.
Dude, I would even say just have more gratitude.
That too.
Just
That
be more
too.
grateful.
That too.
Yeah.
Shit, all right, I'm already getting fired up about these 5 ways, man. But this is exactly, I want to give you guys some context on why you guys need more urgency, as business owners, okay? All right, let's jump into the very first, is this a way? Yeah. These are sometimes 5 ways or 5 steps or 5 reasons.
5 tips.
All right, so the first way to create more urgency is have an immigrant mindset, okay? So almost think like your parents came from somewhere else and you want to sit there and honor and sacrifice them for giving you a better life or opportunity, okay? I'll use us as an example, our parents came from Mexico, right? They both migrated here, but they became US citizens and did everything kind of the right way on there, okay? But again, for me, it's like they did that to give us a better life, right? To have more opportunities instead of staying in there in Mexico where there's just not enough opportunities and not a life like you can live here in the States. So for me to sit there and not have urgency, that God's given me a platform with this business and skills and talents, and then my mom, my dad provided a better opportunity in life, right? To be able to have a business like this. You think I'm not going to sit there and have urgency and have an immigrant mindset to where it's like I'm going to honor them and thank them and make them proud that they gave me a better life and opportunity to come to the States and be able to sit there and build a business to serve people and help them out.
Yeah, just to add to that, man, that's why we're workhorses. We've always been like hard workers. And we saw this from our dad growing up, right? He knew nothing else besides just to get up and work. And he woke up at 4 in the morning. He was a correctional officer at San Quentin State Prison, commuted for an hour, provided for his family, came back, was always tired, but never made any excuses. And we saw that work ethic and it carried over to us. Yeah,
100%.
So the second way to create urgency is act like you are late to the game of business. And you're probably thinking like, well, what do you mean by that, Eric? Act like I'm late to the game of business. And really what that means is just like, it doesn't matter where you're at, like in your journey or level of experience as like a coach or entrepreneur. Like you want to treat this as like that, even if you're like 3 years into this, that still that you're almost behind. You have that mindset where you're behind, like, oh man, like I still need to be sharp. I still need to sit there and go learn this skill set. I need to focus on this, like to where it's like you don't get very comfortable, right? I think when people get comfortable, that's when you lose focus, discipline, and you take your eye off the prize as to like what's the bigger vision that you're trying to accomplish here. So if you have that mentality of just act like you're late to the game of business, it's like you're always going to keep yourself sharp and want to sit there and just pursue excellence and get better and better.
A really good quote is Mark Cuban, where he says, I might butcher it, but he says, work like you're working 24 hours a day, like somebody is like going to be taking it from you or something like that.
Yeah, he also has a good quote that says, chase effort, not passion.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you guys have to work 24/7,
Yeah.
right? But you guys kind of understand, right, with urgency. All right, just give me 1 second. We'll get back to the training. Okay. Now, look, if you are looking to enhance your content, if you're looking to really build what we call a content machine, okay, we have this awesome worksheet for you. So just check out the link below and you guys can download this awesome worksheet where there's like 3 or 4 different type of like exercises in there. You guys can really roll out some brand new content for your guys' online audience, your guys' brand, your offer. Okay. Now back to the training.
The third way to create more urgency is what if you lose it all type of mindset, okay? So let's just say you have a family, right? Or you guys have some sort of freedom to your own schedule that's just really, really valuable to you, you know? What if you guys have, specific clients that you really like working with or something like that? What if like your kids are in like private school or something like that, or some extracurricular activities they really enjoy? And yeah, those are all expenses and stuff, but like what if you lost all that, What if you had that type of mindset? And I'll give you guys an example, like for me, right? I mean, I'm about to have, my first child, and that's in about, 5-6 months from now. And right now I have so much urgency because I'm almost thinking about what if I lost it all? You know what I mean? Like right now we live in a beautiful neighborhood, a beautiful home in Frisco, Texas, right? I guess Forbes named it one of the most prosperous cities to live in, right? Yeah. You think that I don't have urgency and a mindset where I could lose this all literally in a week or a month if I sat there and didn't have urgency, or I half-assed things, or I did somebody wrong or something like that. Of course I'm going to sit there and have urgency and have that mindset I can lose this all, that it's never promised, tomorrow's never promised, right? Nothing is guaranteed on this. I have to sustain this. Like if I'm always, that I have in the back of my mind that I can lose everything here, So yeah. Just have a mindset where it's like, this could be all taken away, you could lose it all,
Yeah. It's very real. You could do that.
Yeah.
So if you're irresponsible.
Okay, the fourth way to create more urgency is nothing to lose mentally, right? It's like the nothing to lose mentality. It's like, like where you've like pretty much like you've hit rock bottom mentality, and that's a great carryover from what Chris just said, right? And when I see that, like a nothing to lose mentality, it just means that guys, like every day I'm waking up and I have my back against the wall. Like me as an entrepreneur, it's like I have to create my own paycheck. I have to create my own income. I have so many things that I have to like do in order to operate a business, and I have a team that we have to pay. I have to lead them. It's just there's so many things, right? But it's like for me, it's like if I have that mentality where it's like I have nothing to lose, right? Then it's like it's always going to keep me very sharp. It's going to keep my back against the wall, and it's like almost too where it's like okay, let's say I do hit rock bottom, then cool, no worries. It's like if I go broke or something happens, then I can get back up, and I have the skills, I have the fortitude, I have the grit, I have everything it takes skill wise to get back up and build another business and keep going forward. Yeah, exactly. And number 5, guys, on how to create more urgency, in your business is have a resourcefulness mindset. Okay, so just be resourceful. I'll give you an example here. We've been doing this podcast, very close to 500 episodes. Probably a little bit over 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, almost like 6 years.
And it's like me and Eric have never had this high production podcast studio, and or ever used that excuse. Right? We have some good like equipment, sound equipment, cameras. But we've been always so resourceful, whether we were in Los Angeles, whether we were in Orange County, whether we were, here in Texas. Like we are always resourceful. We're here right now recording this in Eric's apartment, like pool house, right? We put a sign on there that literally says, "Do not disturb, filming in progress." But it's a great setup, and it's just all about the angles and stuff, and we're being resourceful. Before I moved, we used to have a home where there's an actual studio in there with wallpaper, and it looked great. It looked like a full-on studio. But hey, we moved and things changed, and you got to get resourceful.
Yeah,
right?
There's times where I've recorded and stuff in my apartment, like back at my mom's house when we were starting off. I mean, there's no excuse. There's no excuse, guys. It's like when people freak out about the quality so much and blah 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 blah. It's like, man, if you're putting out good, genuine content, trying to help people, and you're consistent, I mean, that's what really matters.
So, guys, I'm sure I can give you guys so many examples of being resourceful, but I want to give you that example as far as like the podcast. But you have to have a resourceful mindset, in business, because in a perfect role, like as a business owner, you wouldn't have to be resourceful. You know what I mean? Like you could just have everything kind of go your way, or spend a bunch of money on just like advertising or eyeballs, or to get into rooms and meet the right people and stuff like that. But that doesn't require being resourceful. Like you have to sit there and sometimes crawl and
claw and like dig and stuff like that, inch by inch, to be resourceful, to be able to get to those end outcomes you guys want. I promise when you guys become more resourceful, well, the day that you do have the money and the bigger pockets to spend on advertising or getting those rooms that you want, they're going to respect you so much more in those conversations, because they're going to relate to you that, you'll have that story where you guys are resourceful. Just imagine if I was talking to somebody, right, and they like were a beginner or something like that, everything was handed to them or something like that, they didn't have to do anything resourceful. I wouldn't respect them.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't, because I couldn't relate to them. They wouldn't have gone through like the hustle or the grind that I've like gone through these past 12 years.
100%.
So there's nothing wrong with being resourceful, guys. Have some honor in that, and it's pride when you guys are being resourceful and doing what you need to do to be able to sustain your business and have urgency in your business. So again, you can get stuff done. You guys can be more focused, have more discipline, have more consistency, and honor the game of business.
I really hope that one of those 5 ways to create more urgency really helps you out, and you can just implement that right away. So what I want you to do now is I want you to watch this video right here on the 6 new ways to be able to build a 6-figure health and fitness coaching business, all right?